we are moving to warfighting readiness as the central purpose of our armed forces. When we are being directly threatened by states with advanced military forces, the most effective way to deter them is to be ready. And frankly, to show them that we're ready, to deliver peace through strength. We'll build a fighting force that is more integrated, more ready, more lethal than ever, backed by a stronger strategic reserve, fully trained and ready to mobilise at any time.
Keir Starmer's government has unveiled its long-awaited Strategic Defence Review, and the message could not be clearer. Britain is preparing for war. Starmer says he wants the UK to be, and I quote, battle-ready and armour-clad in order to deliver peace through strength. But let's not sugarcoat it. He's promising a militarised future built on nuclear expansion, AI weapons and drone warfare. If this sounds less like diplomacy and more like dystopia, that's because it is. This is not a policy of peace. It's the entrenchment of an ideology in which war is always around the corner, always justified, always profitable for someone else. If you see my video clip from earlier this week, you'll already know that Labour's commitments on defence spending have barely shifted from the Tory playbook. Vox Political has exposed the cross-party consensus on militarism, the deep links to the arms industry, and the way this so-called defence spending always seems to outrank schools, homes or hospitals. Now, the Strategic Defence Review puts it all into one terrifying document. John Healey, Labour's Defence Secretary, has told Parliament that the United Kingdom faces a new era of threat, with Russia, China, Iran and North Korea cast as villains in a geopolitical drama that demands British escalation. The solution? 12 nuclear-powered submarines, £15 billion for nuclear warheads, 6 new munitions factories, 7,000 long-range missiles or drones, a cyber warfare command, whatever that is, a promise to make the British Army 10 times more lethal, and a partridge in a pear tree, no doubt. This is not defence, this is warmongering. Labour's roadmap sees military spending rise to 2.5% of GDP by 2027, with 3% supposedly on the horizon, a £20 billion annual increase that is still unfunded. Where's the money for housing, for public services, for the NHS? Still in negotiation. But when it comes to bombs and battlefield tech, there's no delay, no scrutiny, and no debate. Back in my first clip, earlier this week, I laid out the pattern. I said we sell the weapons, we bomb the victims, we demonise the survivors, and then we repeat it. And that is exactly what the Strategic Defence Review reinforces. It is a recommitment to the UK's place in a global cycle of violence, arms exports, interventions, radicalisation, and repression at home. Starmer's language about strength and readiness echoes the worst of post-9/11 rhetoric. And, once again, the moral justifications are threadbare. There's no real discussion of diplomacy, mediation or peace building, only deterrence, dominance and cyber offensives. The same pattern that brought devastation to Afghanistan, Iraq, Libya and Yemen is now being dressed up with new AI and drone tech and aimed squarely at the next generation of conflicts. What's especially chilling is how this strategy brings war home. The Strategic Defence Review includes a 30% expansion of the cadet forces, effectively militarising the United Kingdom's youth. It includes proposals for a military gap year. It boosts cyber and electromagnetic warfare, technologies just as likely to be used against protesters and dissenters as they are against foreign threats. And while £1.5 billion is promised to fix housing for service families, a rare bright spot, social housing for civilians is still left waiting. Meanwhile, anti-immigrant policies continue apace, targeting the very people displaced by the wars we fuel. In his Glasgow launch of the Strategic Defence Review, Keir Starmer said the quiet part out loud. The most effective way to deter our enemies is to be ready and frankly show them that we're ready. But we've heard this before from George W. Bush, from Tony Blair, from every warmonger who ever sold a conflict under the banner of deterrence. The only difference now is that the suits are sharper, the slogans are slicker, and the war machine is better branded. Make no mistake, this is the same bipartisan agenda that prioritizes military escalation over human needs. Starmer's Labour has not broken the cycle, it has perpetuated it. If you follow Vox Political, you understand what's really happening. The UK isn't just spending money on defence, it's investing in the machinery of endless war. The Strategic Review may talk of readiness, resilience and growth, but the only growth it guarantees is in arms industry profits and global instability. If we want peace, we need to stop preparing for war. We need to stop believing that nuclear submarines and autonomous killing machines will keep us safe. We need to break the cycle before Starmer breaks us. I've been Mike Sevier of Vox Political, and if you found this useful, or if you believe in independent political journalism, help me keep it going. Donate £20 or more, and I'll send you a signed copy of my book, Strong Words in Hard Times. See, it does exist. Links below. Thank you for watching, and you'll see me in the next one.